This is one of those things that has truly, truly changed the game for me. Welcome back to another Monday Mindset Shift, where we take a few minutes at the beginning of each week to change our perspective a little bit and learn something new that might help us achieve our goals a little bit faster or just get through our days a little bit better. Before we dive in, I just have to share how cute is my cup. So I got this little emblem created for the Wellness Habit Club, which is my fitness and wellness membership app that is launching in September 2025. I don't know when you might see this, but I am so excited for it. So I got a couple of little merch things made just to help me with some photos and some content and just to really get the vibes going, So really excited about that. But getting back to why we're all here, shifting our perspective, changing our mind a little bit. We are all pretty much taught to manage our time. We need to create time blocks. We need to schedule our calendar. We need to manage our time better in order to achieve the things that we want to do, to accomplish the tasks that we have, to get everything done. The issue is that doesn't always work. I don't know if I want to say that this is a lie that we have all been taught, but it is definitely misleading that we have been taught if we want to achieve more, if we want to accomplish everything we want to accomplish, that we simply need to manage our time better. We all have 24 hours in a day. We just need to manage it better. And while, yes, managing your time, being efficient with your time is important, the bigger aspect of this that most people don't talk about that actually moves things forward is managing your energy. Now, we talked about this in a previous video that you're not lazy, you're just overwhelmed. And I talked about how most of us have a capacity issue. We are at capacity with all of the things that we are trying to juggle and manage between work and family and home and responsibilities and our social life and maybe goals, ambitions, all of these things that we are trying to juggle and manage. And then on top of that, we are trying to add taking care of ourselves, which we then throw to the back burner because it's the easiest thing, right? It's easier to let ourselves down than it is to let other people down. So that is often the first thing that just gets pushed aside. And I read an analogy somewhere that you can have the most perfect, beautiful, time-blocked Google Calendar, and it doesn't matter if your battery is dead, right? So how can you accomplish all of the things that you want to do, all of the things that you've mapped out, if you have zero energy and zero capacity to actually do those things? Now, we all have a natural flow to our energy. In general, we have our highest amounts of energy in the mornings, after we get up. Our cortisol is the highest it'll be all day, and then it starts to taper out throughout the day, gets a little bit lower, and then it gets to the lowest point in the evening before we go to sleep. So that is our general natural rhythm for the entire day. We also have more frequent cycles where our energy is going to go up and down every 90 minutes to 2 hours, where it will go up a little bit, go down a little bit. So we really need to start to pay attention to when our energy is at its best and at its worst throughout the day, not just the entire day as a whole. So something that I had to realize in my own life was I was trying to force this detailed, to the minute time block schedule of trying to get everything done, from my morning routine, my workout, my business work, my full-time job, and all of these other things. And I was really struggling because I was trying to follow what a lot of people do, which is working out in the morning and then doing my business work after work in the evenings. But I was finding that by the time 5 o'clock rolls around, my brain is fried, right? So that was something that I was not taking into account when I was looking at my energy levels. I was just physically, my energy is high, so I should be working out. But what I came to realize was it's not just about looking at your natural energy peaks. It's also about looking at what are you trying to accomplish and make time for in your schedule. So in my own personal example, I had to realize that in the mornings when I was mentally and creatively most energized and most alive, I had to put my business work in that time slot because that's where I was most effective with that goal and what I wanted to accomplish. And I moved my workouts to the end of the day where I could physically still have the energy to do my workout, but I didn't need to have that mental creativity and energy in order to do my workout, right? It's basically all physical. So I just had to like get it done. And that's the season that I'm in right now. For someone else, it might be a case where they are working full time, they have their family, and they're trying to really make their health and wellness a priority. So, adding it into the morning when you have the most energy and you are the most awake throughout the day. And also, side note, your mornings, especially in the evenings too, but in the mornings, you have the most control over your time. Outside of that, it's very much you're at the whims of your job and your family and all of these other things. So they might opt to put their workout in the morning because that's where it makes the most sense for them energetically and time wise. So, how I started to really build a schedule that aligns with my energy and aligns with the goals that I have was I started to map out what does my energy look like throughout the day? How am I feeling every like 2 hours or so? So from 5 to 7, what does that look like? From 7 to 9, what does that look like? 9 to 5, I'm working my full time job. 5 to 7, what does that look like? 7 to 9, what does that look like? And then after that, I better be asleep because otherwise I'm not getting up in the morning, right? So, what does my energy look like at each of those stages throughout the day? Then I took all of the things that I want to work on each day. So my business work, my workouts, my whatever, my morning routine, my evening routine, all of those things, I listed them out and I wrote down what does the energy that I need to bring to that task in order for it to be successful and effective and efficient look like. So is that high energy physically? Is that high energy mentally? Creativity, whatever it is. I wrote down what does that need to look like for me to perform my best in that one thing. And then I took my schedule and laid out those items. So now my days look like I get up, I do my morning routine, which is my Bible reading, my pivot year reading of the day, my morning pages, which is just a journaling session, kind of dumping my thoughts and feelings about whatever. I do my visualization, my red light therapy mask, and then I get into my business work. So, whatever tasks that I have, I start working on those. After that, once the sun is more up, I go on a walk with my dog so that I can get some morning sunlight in my eyes, get some fresh air, get some steps in. And then I go and get ready for the day and start my full time job. After work, I shut down my computer, I go do my workout. And then after that, I do some light, maybe admin work, or maybe I watch a couple modules of a course that I'm in because I'm always enrolled in courses. I love learning. I love improving myself. So I sign up for a lot of things. Outside of mapping all of your energy and your tasks and all of that, once you start to put together a schedule that feels good for you, the next thing you need to do is have some boundaries around that. So this might be, talking to your family, talking to your spouse or your partner and saying, hey, like this is really important to me. This needs to be a focused, quiet time for me, or I really need to make sure that I get my workout in the mornings. Like, can you support me in that, whatever that support looks like? Maybe it is, putting some do not disturb settings on your phone so that you're not distracted. Maybe it's putting your phone in another room so that you're not tempted to scroll TikTok when you should be reading, something like that. Finding some ways to implement boundaries to help you maintain focus on that task. And then, like I mentioned, we naturally have these cycles of about 90 minutes to 2 hours where our energy is going to go up and down. And we start to lose focus when we work past that, unless you're like deep in, flow state, which it can be really hard to get into. So every 90 minutes or so, you want to take a little bit of a break. And this break needs to be screen free. Okay. Don't take a break and like scroll on TikTok. Take a break away from screens, especially if you're working on a computer all day. Go outside, get some fresh air, do a quick stretch break, go for a walk, play with your dog, read a book, whatever it is, away from screens. Okay. I promise you, you're going to start to notice a difference as you start to break that habit of scrolling all the time. So, going into this week, I want you to do a couple of things. Number one, I want you to ask yourself, what is most important for me to implement into my life right now? Is it adding in my workouts, working on my fitness routine, working on my health and wellness? Is it building my business outside of my job? Is it, writing a book? Whatever the case is, I want you to see what is the most important thing for me to be incorporating into my schedule. And then where is my energy going to match what I need to accomplish in my schedule? So start to map that out and see where it makes the most sense to put that block of time for yourself, not just putting it wherever you think you should put it. As you start to protect your energy and use it in a way that is driving you forward with your goals and with the life that you want to have and the person that you want to be, you're going to notice amazing changes. Yes, it's going to take time, but I promise you'll start to notice that feeling right away. You start to feel more like you're on track. You start to feel like you're having momentum, and it's easier to maintain over the long term than if you're trying to force it in at the wrong parts of your day. So I hope that you enjoyed today's episode. Let me know in the comments below, what is your goal and where in your day do you have the energy to work on that goal? If you enjoyed today's video, please like and subscribe and share this with somebody who would get some benefit from it as well. And I will see you next week for the next Monday Mindset Shift. Bye.